What's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. We are back in December here. We're still going. We're not turning it down yet for the holidays. We're still bringing you live content.
No excuses.
John Sbrocco, Heads Up Advisor, co-host, one the only.
Hey.
Wine drinking.
Merry Christmas.
Craig Lack here. Let's see if we got the split screen, and it's working.
Yo.
I'm back to show producing. What's up, everybody in the show that's watching live? I see Chad Burdo, Cody Parker. What's up, guys? You should show me everybody that's live. It's not showing me anymore. Facebook's getting a little trouble with those privacy things. If you saw on the news,
stingy.
They're coming after them. I hear. 48 states filed lawsuits.
They did.
Good luck taking.
Europe wants to just kick them out altogether and say we need a European company, not a U.S. company. So yeah, it's just make the lawyers rich.
Well, that's my brother's in Japan. You can't even go on it in China or any of that stuff. They won't. You see, they won't let you in other countries. They won't let you buy from other countries. It hurts their countries. We haven't figured that out yet. I think Trump was trying to get that across to people, but then that would be called racist to other countries, right? If you say that virus is from China and it's a China virus, that makes it racist.
Yeah.
So if you're Italian, that means you came from Italy, and you call me Italian, that means you're racist. That being said, if you're watching, go ahead and type hello below. You're watching on YouTube, say what's up. We are live on both. And if you're listening on the podcast, make sure to check us out every Thursday.
What's it mean if I call you an insurance broker? Is that racist?
Yeah, that was the thing going on the past 2 years. It was like, oh, don't call me a broker or this and that. Who cares? Who cares anymore, right? You're either good or bad.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So, guys, today's show sponsor, none other than Virtue Health. Go ahead and check us out. We've got a great program for you and your clients looking at self-funded. We're converting a lot of business fully insured to self-funded. We now can underwrite with multiple markets groups that are fully insured without medical questionnaires. 50 plus, no more filling out medical questionnaires. We have the ability, get me the PEPY, and we have the ability to tell you if they're a candidate for self-funded. 75 to 80% of groups should be self-funded. But you don't know that without claims data or IMQs. No more. We've got it. We've got the solution. Reach out to us if you want to find out about your client, if they're a fit. What's up to the rest of you in the crowd here? Got Spencer, Daniel, Rick, Bill, Todd Hudson, Derek,
there they are.
Stephen Conca, who is working on the new site. Thank you, Steve.
Yo, Derek, how you been, stranger?
Marcy Sanders, what's up? Ray Colbert. Look who's here, Mr. New York. He's got a night off or something. Usually he always tells me he's busy on Thursdays. He's got no time for us. He's watching Who Loves Raymond.
That's date night with his wife, man.
Who Loves Raymond out in New York. So, guys, today we wanted to talk a little bit about before we start getting into the New Year, New Me resolutions. We talked last week. We gave you some framework. If you didn't, go ahead and check out last week's episode. Which talked about the strategy quadrant of business planning. And, now that things are getting dialed down and everybody is cooling off for fourth quarter here, whether it be you, even your account managers. Talked to your account manager today. I talked to mine. I said, look, start taking it easy. Once it starts lightening up, I'll leave a little early on Friday, forward the calls to your cell, come in a little later. You want to take that Friday off? Do it now. Now's the time. It's slowing down. And, they're probably a little burnt out. They're working overtime, whether, we are, but we can do it.
It's this time of the year. Sure, it's natural. Everybody's got the fourth quarter crush. Yeah.
Give the employees a break, too. So today we wanted to talk about how do you detox from it? What can you do? A little bit more planning for next year, because planning isn't a one session episode here. I think we got to keep thinking about it, because we'll forget about it just like New Year resolutions.
Yeah. It's like price. Price is a one-time event. Cost is a lifetime.
Yeah. Maybe you need to write down these goals, if you want to call them that. I hate using the regular terms everybody else uses, but, I mean, that's...
Well, the whole idea was, hey, before you start setting New Year's resolutions, why don't you figure out how to detox yourself, your team, and what are you going to do, how are you going to do it, where are you going to do it?
Yeah, let's...
So what's on the agenda?
Well, let's talk about that. You mentioned what you call a free day. Why don't you talk to me a little bit about what that is?
Free days, man. Yeah, free days.
What in the hell is that?
You need to give yourself permission to be free from the toxicity of business. No emails. You don't read business journals. You don't talk to anybody. You don't return phone calls. You take a free day. It's the only way to recharge your batteries. But you have to give yourself permission because we're really not that important, right? I always say, I mean, if you get hit by a bus tomorrow, they'll have a new broker in 30 days. We loved them, no shit, but we got to move on. It's just nobody's going to die in our business, okay?
I mean, nobody cares about their insurance broker.
You know, right? It's just the way it is. So you got to give yourself permission to unplug, and that means do not do anything of and or related to business. And it'll be so freeing, but it's a learned behavior for most people. They got to give themselves permission.
Yeah, that's a challenge that I struggled with. Excuse me, a long time. Never given free time. I had to answer every call, every email. God forbid I didn't answer. It was after hours. I remember doing this on a Friday one time for a client. It was second year starting my business. Was still doing a lot of account management work. It was the owner's wife. She was sick.
Wait, what was? Don't go there.
She's sick. She called me problems, this, that, and the other, and I send her a blanket the next day. And next year at renewal, they fired me. They believed some broker that lied to them, this, that, and the other. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'm not going the extra mile, especially on groups that aren't worthwhile. But hey, everything was worthwhile in the second year of business. Let me tell you, those
I was your age.
10K accounts were.
I was your age when I learned about free days, and I figured out that I really wasn't that important, and I learned how to not be paranoid. I could go on vacation. You know what? Your clients, when you talk to them like a peer, they respect the fact. They want you to go on vacation. They want you to have time off because they know you'll be better for it, because they look in the mirror and they go, man, I know how important a vacation is. And so when you stop being a subject of theirs, a vendor of theirs, a broker of theirs, and you talk to them like a business owner, and you're a peer, you're an equal, there's instant rapport there. Because you tell them, yeah, I'm going here, I'm going there, and you talk to them about how you're going to refresh. And
then they give you ideas. They're like, look, I went here, I go there. Yeah. A couple of them yelled at me because I was so gung-ho when I started. I was like, no, I don't take off. That's weakness. Weak people take days off, right? Bill Gates, through his 20s, never took a day off.
Yeah.
He's like, look, go a Thursday, you get a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and come back Monday. He's like, that's the trick. You don't have to take a whole week. You're basically taking 2.5 days off. It's great. You come back, it's a short week. You got to do it, this, that, and the other. And you start talking to them about it, like you said, like a peer, and then you realize, yeah.
Ray gets it. Look at Ray. And this is interactive, guys and gals, right? Comment, and we'll comment, and we'll engage, and we'll have great conversations. Ray says, hey, man, I'm all about free days, but you got to earn free days. Ain't that the truth, Ray? Free days is for closers, right? Guys who don't close, here. How about a Starbucks gift card for you? Free day, baby. It's earned.
No Christmas bonus. Starbucks gift card only.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, no respect. What do they say? Respect is earned. Time off is earned. If you didn't hit your goal, if you didn't do shit this year, you don't deserve any time off. You need to be figuring out how you're going to get your shit back together and get things going. If you blew it out of the water, great. If you hustled through COVID, and although it was a tough year, you still put up some numbers, did what you had to do, and go take some time off. Everybody needs it. What's up, Paul Carroll? I see Paul on YouTube and Ray on YouTube. Paul, your email always bounces back when we send you stuff for the mastermind calls, just an FYI, so get that fixed. What does Ray say? Arnold says that you need 6 hours a night of sleep. If you need 8 hours, sleep faster. There you go. Steve Conca says, I once heard that free days...
Get in the chopper!
Steve said, I once heard that free days ain't free.
Oh, no, brother. No. Most things in life are a paradox. They're pretty much the opposite of what you think they are. So you need to get more energy, you got to use less energy. And that's what a free day is all about. You got to clear your mind, Purge all of that software that's running, telling you all the bullshit stories that have you in the predicament that you're in the first place, and detox. And then, I think that's probably our segue, right? Then, what the hell are you going to fill your mind with? What are you going to watch? What are you going to listen to? What are you going to read?
Yeah, after you figure out, you clear it up, you get back to things, whether you're working on it mentally, physically, spiritually, you're going to join the gym, you're going to eat better for moving forward to get more energy. Or most importantly, what are you going to be investing in? Right? So think about some of the things that you could invest in, and not multiple things. Focus on one thing.
There's a great story. So today I'm on a call this afternoon, and I never met this woman before. I said, so, who are you? And virtual assistant, hey, where you at? Mexico. Oh, God. I said, did they have the lockdowns like I got here in California? One thing leads to another. Oh, no, I'm down south in Mexico. I said, anywhere near Tulum? She goes, yeah, I'm in the Riviera. Just, right there. I'm like, oh, no way. I said, so let me tell you a quick story. I said, so you can tell when the stock market's at a high because, when you ride the elevator, the guy manning the elevator is giving you stock advice, right? That's the old joke. Yeah. And right now, I swear every other person I talk to is telling me about the great real estate buys in Tulum and the Mexican Riviera. Tell me about it.
I don't want to buy it. But I did dump my stock this year when everybody was talking about stocks, and the son of a bitch kept going up.
So I'm talking to somebody who's living there right now. And she's like, oh, yeah, it's going crazy here. She says they're building everywhere. There's lots of sales, but they're all getting bought. She says, yeah, it's there's so many vacationers. She says, people are they want to come here. So there's the inside scoop.
Buying Tulum. I'm looking at a place in Tulum. Let's see.
Mexican Riviera.
What were we talking about? Investing in yourself. So,
yeah.
What did I do? I invested in, again, last year, a group coaching for brain science stuff, but I realized that the group coaching was great, but it's not one-on-one, which is what I wanted and needed more of. And that's what I just hired. I invested in several $1,000s. It wasn't cheap, but we're going to see how it goes. Friend. And that's what I'm sticking to.
You heard me talking to one of mine this afternoon, right? You popped your head in. You go, who's this guy? Who are you talking to? Yeah, I've got 4 different guys that I pay to give me advice, give me insights, try to make me better. Because what I learned 23 years ago when I did my first coaching program with the strategic coach, all you need is one insight that you can monetize in whatever program you're doing, you're listening to, you're paying for, you're participating in. It will make you multiples. But if you wait around until you somehow discover it, or you think that you're going to discover it by talking to the other 5 broker pals of yours who have the same size book as you, or maybe even smaller, worse, right? You're the smartest person in the room. That's not the room you want to be in. You want to be able to get insights that you can monetize, and you never know where you're going to get it from. I like to read. John likes to watch videos. Some people like, one-on-one coaching. There's a lot of different ways to get it, but the whole point of it is it doesn't come from within you. When the pupil's ready, the master appears. But you have to put yourself in the position to make your luck. And you do that by investing in yourself, whatever that means for you.
If you signed up for something this year, type in below, let us know how it went, or if you're going to be investing in something else this year. And again, it doesn't have to be directly correlated with health insurance. Like I said, I'm doing some brain stuff.
Yeah, the guy I was talking to this afternoon is a famous Hollywood producer who's a business coach, and his specialty is he works on startup, publicly traded companies where his compensation is mostly stock options, and he teaches them how to do a 3-minute pitch. So when you go on CNBC, you can take that, his number one story, 4-cent per share stock into $4, because they had a 3-minute story. It resonated so well. CNBC turned into Forbes, turned into this, turned into that. Next thing you know, people are, and all it takes is one guy to follow you. Well, the equivalent in our world is, hey man, you just need that first 500-man group, that first 1,000-man group, and all of a sudden You're playing in the pool. You know you can do it. You believe in it. And the next one is easier. The first one is always the hardest.
Brandon says, just this year, I started telling clients about vacations or telling them I have to push a call because I have family obligations. And we're definitely not as important as we think. Clients certainly respect it.
That's
and understand.
Awesome. Way to go, Braden.
Yeah. Hey, I got to go. Something came up with my kid. I got to run.
Yeah.
What are they going to say?
Yeah. I know what I'd tell them if they got a problem with it.
Todd said, I spent more this year on myself and my business than I did in the previous 24 years. Holy shit, Todd. And Todd likes to get around. He takes camping trips and goes around the coast, up and down California, whatever it is. He gets out. He gets around.
Hey, tell me the size of your investment. I'll tell you the size of your problem. And then you see the disparity between the story you say out loud. And you go, well, I want to do this, and here's my goals, and I want to generate $500,000 in new revenue. And then you find out that you don't actually invest anything. And so, it's like I've tried to say so many times on the show, right? The answer's usually looking back at us in the mirror. It's just this programming that we're either conscious or unconscious about. And so you have to go outside of yourself to find new software code to put inside here to reprogram yourself to get out of your own way so you can do really cool shit with your kids, with your spouse, whatever it is that floats your boat.
I remember, accountability coach. I hate to use the term coach. I have a coach. If you can get somebody just to hold you accountable to your goals, to your dials, to how many appointments you want to book, that alone is like having a nagging mother on you. Here's the challenge that we face is and I tell this to other people, is I wake up in the morning, I don't report to anybody. Nobody tells me what to do. Nobody's on my ass. Nobody tells me what time I got to be in. And that becomes, a bit of a problem at times because you're not accountable anymore to anybody else.
Sure. Have you seen your beard lately?
And, sometimes you like to have a kick in the ass. Or it was like when I played baseball, my coach was up my I wasn't going to curse anymore, but God, he was up my ass, man. And he was so far up my ass when we used to play, I was scared to death to do something wrong that I made sure I did what I was supposed to do or I was going to get ripped. So, if you have a weekly call with a sales coach and you know that you got to have a call and report to him numbers on Monday morning, maybe you're going to make those calls. Maybe you're going to try harder. I don't know.
So look how that story anchors most people and it comes with you into your adult life. So, the problem with a lot of coaches, they're one-dimensional, right? Pat on the back, kick in the ass, right? They're either one or the other, and they don't recognize that it doesn't work, right? So you can see some of the old school pro coaches in various sports, and it's like, God darn it, it's my way or the highway. And it's like, yeah, but the assets that you have, the players and the skill sets and their strengths don't play to 3 yards, in a pile of dust. That's the 20th century football. And so you either adapt or you become obsolete. And so there's still obsolete coaches hanging around. Well, the same thing translates into parenthood. One of your kids needs a pat on the back. The other one's motivated by a kick in the ass, right? Look at you. You got all that issue. You had mostly an upbringing of a kick in the ass. And then you had a coach that was a kick in the ass. And I can tell you guys, inside baseball, John's dog, right? Has him wrapped around his finger, right? So Stella runs the show around here. Okay. And so he chose to respond completely. He doesn't have kids, but he's got a 4-legged kid and he's as sweet as can be. And it's all about a pat on the butt, not a kick in the ass. And so life is just like that. You got to recognize strengths, weaknesses, and play to it.
I still like a kick in the ass. Give it to me.
Well, it depends how much it craps on the carpet.
Yeah, so that's just another thing. Accountability coach. I mean, some of you may have skills, already have sales skills, very good, had a lot of success, and just need the accountability or a kick in the ass. Or what did you say? California style pat in the back? Is that what you guys like out here? Some of you probably need to go back to sales school. We all need to go.
all the time.
multiple times throughout the year. At some point throughout the year, we all need to go. I mean, I can't tell you how many times that, we try to come up with content for the show and we go, shit, we already talked about that. But it's like, you know what? We forgot about it. We got to do it again. So continuing to hear certain things over and over, it's like, even when I hear you talk sometimes, I write it down. I'm like, God damn, that was good. But I already heard that, but it's so good and I forgot about it. So right. Do you need to go back to sales school? Do you need to take a sales course? Working on the opening. I mean, today I was working, the past couple of days, I'm working on the big why, our why, the big idea, the first slide with an employer, and spent significant time on it to figure out what that's going to be and what that's going to look like. How do we make the presentation better and hook them at the beginning? What's the proper way to start the meeting? We're now transitioning to these Zoom meetings. It's a different world. It's not like sitting in front of somebody. It's just not.
The framework is the same. If we were constructing a house, right, the construction and the foundation is basically why change? Why now? Why me? And it all usually boils down to some version or iteration of that. And so you've got to be constantly adapting it. My God, I think of the amount of times I've changed slides in 4 years. It's unbelievable. Right? Now, I have a library of 200 and some odd slides I've created, but I might use a 4-slide presentation depending on the call. Find who are we talking to, what's the thing, who am I talking to, right? Because you got different messages for different audiences. Are you talking to a client? Are you talking to a broker? Are you talking to HR? Are you talking to a CFO? And you've got to adapt it because in my experience, there isn't like one universal story.
Yeah, I would agree with that. What else could we talk about with investing in yourself? What did we not cover here? Maybe a vacation?
Investing in yourself. How are you going to learn about marketing? Look, this is what I've come to learn in my wholesale life. I thought that we were a TPA, but what I've come to learn in 4 years is that we're actually a marketing company. And it gave me the clarity and the vision and the insight to understand that our brokerage business is really a marketing company. And unfortunately, there isn't anybody in the industry that teaches marketing. They teach about features and benefits and 47 ways to overcome objections, from the 20th century spin selling and yada, yada, yada. And that ain't doing it because smart people, you don't have to be smart to be successful in this business.
We talked last week about campaigns. I challenge all of you, right? So I got text messages and emails on the podcast idea, and guess what? I think they all forgot about it because none of them followed up with a call or an email yet. So everybody already forgot about the campaign, and maybe they're not going to do it. Yeah, we got to remind you. You need to start with a new campaign in January if you don't have one already. Don't make it about COVID, but maybe make it something in the nature of an outcome of COVID as to why your campaign is now different than you would. You're not going to have a speaking event, right?
Not anytime soon.
No. So what are you going to do that could be something that they're doing new and they're used to doing because of COVID, but don't talk about COVID for crying out loud. But yeah, what new campaign can you work? Dan says, I bought Wolf of Wall Street this week. Can't wait to dig into it. Yeah. Did you buy the movie? If you bought the movie, that's a flick to watch. But yeah, if you buy the program, you can't go wrong with that. I mean, I love that program. It is a different style, but there's so much you could take out of it that, again, not everything applies, but make it work for you. Braden says physical health. I know Braden does some working out. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that a lot of us probably got, what do they call it, the quarantine 15. So they probably need to work that off too and get back into shape.
That was really COVID-19. I mean,
quarantine 15, baby.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, physical health. It's amazing. I haven't worked out in years, and I just started working out in November. Oh, baby. Twisted Steel and sex appeal. Yeah, feeling good. Now, John does 5-ounce curls or 12-ounce curls. He's really good at it. But, he'll find out over time. It is incredible, to work out, because what's working out? Working out for that, 30 minutes, hour, whatever it is for you, it's almost like it's a partial free day. Because if you're doing it right, you're concentrating, you're paying attention to what you're doing. You're not thinking about this, that, and the other thing, especially business stuff, right? Otherwise, you're not really working out, at least not what I'd call a workout, right? I'm there to be, I like special high intensity training programs. Spell that, right? That's how you do it, right? None of this mamby-pamby
Is that when you have like a trainer that picks your old ass up and carries you around and makes you do it and pushes it for you?
That's the trainer who goes, all right, where's your heartbeat at? He goes, okay, 5 seconds. Okay, where's it at? Okay, where's it? He said, okay, you're toast. What do you mean I'm toast? I got more. No. You're not clearing, right? And so you guys don't even know what that means. You're not really working out seriously. So, you should take about 12 seconds to clear, which means you're ready to go. Lactic acid, no buildup, and you're ready to do the next set. But if your heart rate isn't clearing, you can't possibly work out without a heart rate monitor, because that's how you measure your progress. So like your theoretical max heart rate is 220 minus your age. Okay. And so all your workouts are, if you're going to do aerobic, anaerobic, and they give you these windows, you want to keep your heart rate in this range to work out. Right. So I've only been doing this a month, call it great genetics, but I'm clearing at 95% of my max heart rate, my theoretical max heart rate. Because to me, theoretical max heart rate is bullshit, right? That's for other people. That ain't for me. And that's how you do it seriously. Now that's my personality. Maybe you're not as serious.
You lost me when you said working out.
It's too many syllables for John.
Todd Hudson says, I'm doing the podcast. Ray Cobra says, I hired a personal trainer, down 25 pounds of fat, and it's helping all aspects of my life. Invest in yourself. Yeah, especially you old guys out there.
Your wife called me, Ray. She likes the way you look, buddy.
Yeah, no, I think that's it. Let's jump forward. We're gonna keep tonight's show quick because I got some plans. We're locked up here in California, so if you want to go out and sneak out somewhere, they're still gonna close early if you find some place that's open. It's interesting. They have places now.
I'll get you. Pick which one you think are John's plans. Which one of these are John's plans tonight? Yeah, you got it. That's his plan.
So they have these things now where, and I was thinking this. I'm like, man, these people having clubs and they're getting smoked. Can you imagine Monday you're losing? Why not take risk? What do you have to lose? You're done. You're going to go out of business.
Who's going to enforce it?
So have a place and have an event that nobody. So they send out an email, and you put in your shit to reserve, but they don't tell you where it is. They let you know like the night up.
It's like a flash mob party.
Yeah. Then you go to a thing. You go there, they check you out, and they say, all right, here's the location. And then you go, they got a warehouse, padded walls, blah, blah, blah.
So a guy my age shows up, and they're automatically going, dark. Right?
Yeah, get them out.
Yeah.
Get them out. Pay it forward. Let's end with that.
Yeah.
What can you do to pay it forward? We give you guys a lot of content on here. We'd love to have some of you come on the show. Share some ideas. Don't be afraid. This industry, and I was part of it, is nobody wants to share anything. Everybody's worried about this, that, and the other. He's going to tell me this. Don't let a guy in the group from New Jersey.
I'll tell you what it is. It's called the sin of the desert. Y'all know what the sin of the desert is? I'm going to tell you. It's to know where the water is, but not tell anybody. So when we're talking about paying it forward, we're talking about, hey, engage, share, mentor, give, make a deposit. Stop sitting there in the dark just taking. Give first. You'd be surprised how well it does.
Yeah, the rule of thumb is spend a third of your time with people that's on your level, a third of your time your people with that's above your level, and a third of your time people below your level. So come on the show if you want to share something. Find a guy in the group, help him out. I mean, look, I remember when I first started, I had nobody, and just had to figure it out on my own. Nobody. It's just so cutthroat when you're in the same market, man.
Yeah.
It's probably insecurity too of brokers.
I was on my own since 24, man. I suffered through every bad habit and every stupid decision and every shiny object chasing, and that's why, sometimes I talk, and probably my tone is a little short.
Condescending.
Oh, condescending, it sounds like sometimes. Yeah, it's just because I'm impatient with having experienced the pain, made the mistakes. Took me a long time to figure it out, but then, it's instantaneously recognizable for me, and I can go, yeah. The only problem is you can't get out of your own way. That's all it is. And so just decide to change, have a good enough reason why, and you'll do it. And it'll be just like that. That's the crazy thing. See, that's the paradox. So 10,000 hours to become a master. Bullshit. Find a big enough reason why, you change like that. 60% of men, first onset of heart disease, heart attack. Guess what? Some of them don't survive the heart attack. And the ones who do, change the diet. Pizza 5 days a week. Instantly, start exercising. It's all a bullshit story you're programmed to tell yourself. So change like that. Find a big enough reason why you got to do it, and you will.
You'd be surprised how much you know when you start mentoring somebody else and you start getting better at what you do, because you have when you have to teach and you have to do, we do this show, I've got to write my thoughts out. I've got to write out bullets and have a show structure, and you start realizing what you're actually doing, and you actually get better at what you're doing because you find mistakes on what you're doing and why, well, this sounds better. This would be better. So
yeah. 2 years ago, he was using crayons. Now he's using pen.
Mike Lutz says, a lot of people have helped me, John and Craig included. Thank you, sirs. Mike Lutz, lucky guy, shows up to his first event in healthcare in 2017, La Jolla, at your event.
Oh, yeah.
It was game-changing for the industry. But everybody was too cheap to sign up. It was $7,500, travel, called 10 grand. And
I remember him.
It wasn't marketed well, but what, 12 people paid, 10 people?
I went around the room and said, how many kids you guys got? And Mike was like, I'm like, whoa, dude, do you understand how birth control works? And now look at him. He has survived. He's a survivor, and now he's learning to thrive.
And I hope he doesn't get mad at me saying it. Here's a guy who's driving a truck on the weekends to pay for his family while he's grinding the phone during the week.
That's what a real man does.
Teeth kicked in. It's like when I first started. Hey, bartend at night because you're going to get your teeth kicked in. And it's going to take time to grow your book. So he's driving the truck on weekends, cold calling, building a block of business, taking over another block, buying another block from a guy. And now it's like, last time I talked to him, it's like, fast forward 4 or 5 years already, he's rocking and rolling, and probably has a bigger book than most of you guys just from making the calls and putting in the time. So,
he made himself lucky.
Shout out to Mike Lutz. He's got a good beard too. You would never know how old he was either. He's old, a lot older than he looks. He's got a full head of hair, that prick. That's why. That hair will make you look young. Oh, Rick says, any updates on the high stakes advising? Thanks for reminding me, because I wanted to give an update. We wanted to do it in February, March. We started engaging with the speakers. Of course, we've got to work around Jordan Belfort. It's already paid. We paid him back in January. Tens of thousands of dollars back ducats in January.
Yeah.
And now the state's closed down again, so I'm glad we didn't go through the motions.
July, August, yeah.
We're probably going to set it again back next July. I know probably some of you don't want to hear that. I don't know where this COVID is going. We're in California now. They just closed all the restaurants down, all the bars, indoor, outdoor, everything.
It'll
absolutely
be all right.
closed.
By Mayish, there's a new sheriff in town, and you got to give him a few months to claim credit for the vaccine. It'll become a thing of the past, but it's going to take some time. I think it'll be May sometime.
Yeah, we'll keep bringing you guys content and ideas. You guys, anybody signed up, feel free to give us a call. We'll help you out in the meantime. But I'm going to shoot probably for next June, July. We're going to make it that much better. It's good. We're going to have more people. This is going to be a bigger event. We're going to bring more content. We're going to have more shit that we learned. Jordan Belfort's going to be there. I don't know if it's big for you. For me, it's big. I studied his system. He's legit. He is legit. Mike Lutz says he's 47, 5 trucking company clients. Yeah, so now he turned driving a truck into 5 trucking company clients. He's not as stupid as he looks, huh, Mike Lutz? Shout out to Mike Lutz out in Michigan.
Shout out.
Ray Cobra says, pump the brakes and do it right. Dan Guthrie says, come south, it's all open here. Yeah, that's what some people are telling me. I got to go down to Louisiana, boys, see Mike Adams and Ryan Williams down there. I said Florida too was open.
I know a lot of good
think.
restaurants in Louisiana. I've been all over that state.
What else? Pay it forward, guys. Get back to charity. Shout out to T-Pack. Working with T-Pack, one of our wonderful stop-loss markets, gave me an email today, said, hey, name your charity. We're going to make a donation in your name to the charity. I gave it to 11th Hour Rescue, Dog Rescue. Give some money back. You had a good year. Look at your numbers. It's not that much to give back. I will be running my annual thing on Facebook for my birthday for donations, and it'll be for the dogs again. So you pricks don't donate. I may kick you out of the group. I don't know. I just might.
Hey.
You know what I'll do? I was thinking this the other day. Anybody that gives $100 or more donation, something like that, we'll give a free ticket out to. We'll do a raffle of everybody that donates for X amount of dollars to the event. So anybody who paid for the event, your money is safe with us. It's getting transferred over.
If you've never seen a $100 bill, this is what they look like, brother. Yeah, this is it.
That's it.
This is a donation for the dogs.
Yeah. Give us a big back for the 100K show we run here. But ticket prices are probably going to go up. So the good news, any of you signed up already, made the smart decision during COVID, took the risk, because we had 50-plus people sign up, which is crazy. Surprised that we got that many people with COVID, but people wanted the hell out of the house. So
we'll show you the love, because those who support us, we support.
There you go. So that being said, what Frank Cohn says, I looked at buying a good Yeti mic for podcasting. What do you all use? You have good audio? We have the Shure mics. This is a lot more sophisticated. Depends on what kind of podcast you're looking to use. If you're going to do one that's non-video based and they're not going to be in the room, you're going to have to do it over computer audio. So, you could use these Logitech headsets. You got to worry about the guest, what they're going to be using. That's really the problem.
That's the biggest problem.
Yeah, their quality usually shit. What I've narrowed it down, I should send out $80 mics. Now, just buy this $25 USB mic and let them use a USB mic. That'll work well. If you're doing it in person, you can get a, the heck is it called? It's just a little gray, a Zoom H6 to record it. You buy the Shure wireless $100 mics. These mics are really expensive. Michael Jackson recorded Thriller on this mic. That's how old it goes back. Then you got to buy the mic's $400. You got to buy a cloud lifter for $150, and then you got to have an audio interface. This was $700. Then the wires are $100 each. So it can get up there if you want to do it simply. Keep it simple, stupid.
Yeah, trust me, you're going to spend a lot of time on guests just giving them instructions on how to even connect before you're going to do the show. So, like you said, if you can just do it simply and give them a USB mic, hey, you plug it in, then you go to your, internet program that you're using and select the mic, and that should be it, right? 2 steps, maybe 3. Because when you get beyond that, it gets complicated, and pretty soon you're going to hate giving instructions to people who have very little skills.
Yeah, and we use our program. This is a very fancy program, but since then, you've seen when we were in travel, a program called StreamYard. I think it's StreamYard.
Yeah, StreamYard.
Yeah, that works great. You just got to get them to hook it up to the mic. So you use StreamYard. It records the video. It records a clip, the audio. You give them a $25 lapel mic. Send that to the guest. Make sure they got a camera if you're doing video, and easy peasy. The quality should be relatively good enough to use. So that being said, pay it forward, guys. We'll end it there. We will probably see you next Thursday. Maybe in a new studio, though.
Yeah? Yeah, okay.
What's today's date? 10th?
Right.
Yeah, I'm out 17th. Yeah. The studio is closing down. Possibly. Maybe not. But we'll see you on the next one, guys. Same place, same time, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Heads Up Advisor.